guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amra. I create and post content about gender equality twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I hope you will consider subscribing. Also click on that bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. Today I want to talk about the Me Too movement. In this video, I'm not actually trying to tell you, I'm not giving you a solution. I'm just going to discuss the Me Too movement with you guys. I'm going to try and tell you what the movement is about. I've been trying to find out how this whole thing started and how it works and what the purpose behind this is, how it's supposed to help people. And I am going to then tell you how I feel about it. But I also want you guys to think about how you feel about it and whether you agree with it or not. So let's go and see. There's this lady from the Bronx, New York, who started the Me Too movement. And let me just show you some information about her. She's Tarana Burke. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the first name. She has a website, and I'm just going to post the link to the website up on the screen for you guys. Okay, so it's metoo.org. I'm going to go to the history and vision part, and I'm just going to show you a little bit about what she says. The Me Too movement was founded in 2006 to help survivors of sexual violence, particularly Black women and girls and other young women of color from low-wealth communities, find pathways of healing. Our vision from the beginning was to address both the dearth in resources for survivors of sexual violence and to build a community of advocates driven by survivors who will be at the forefront of creating solutions to interrupt sexual violence in their communities. In less than 6 months, because of the viral Me Too hashtag, a vital conversation about sexual violence has been thrust into the national dialogue. What started as local grassroots work has expanded to reach a global community of survivors from all walks of life and helped to destigmatize the act of surviving by highlighting the breadth and impact of a sexual violence worldwide. Basically, from what I understand, how this works is that you go onto Twitter and there's a Me Too hashtag. So what you do is, if you are a victim or let's say a survivor of sexual violence or harassment, you're going to use the Me Too hashtag on Twitter and you're going to publicize the incident that happened to you. People have been named and people have lost their jobs, etc., because of this hashtag and because of these tweets. So I've been trying to find out on the net if there is a way to control anybody abusing this hashtag. And what I mean by that is that if somebody is not honest about what happened, or somebody is accusing somebody, making a false accusation, how is that to be controlled? How do we know that everyone going on there is actually going to be telling the truth? And is it okay to actually name people when we are not sure if the truth is being told? And I'm all for laws and policies against sexual violence and against harassment at the workplace or anywhere, but I also don't want innocent people to get hurt. So if we have somebody who's lying, how are we going to be able to tell whether the truth is being told, or whether a tweet is being written by somebody who's not telling the whole truth and is actually falsely accusing somebody of doing something that they did not do? I mean, what I'm trying to say is that maybe I have had a fight with a friend, or I have a grudge against somebody, or whatever, I don't like somebody, and I just go on Twitter and use the Me Too hashtag and I accuse this person of doing something that he hasn't done just because I want to get back at him. And please don't tell me that there aren't people out there like that who will not do that. There are people, there are all kinds of people out there, just like there are honest people, and there are people who are survivors of sexual violence, and that's a very serious thing, and that is something that should be reported. But is this the way to report it? Because this hashtag can be and probably has been abused, and that is my problem with this hashtag, because I don't think that this is the correct procedure to adopt for reporting an incident that happened to you. I think that since there are laws in place, there are laws and policies in place, and those should be used. And if the law is not being implemented properly, then that is what we need to focus on. But to go out and write a tweet and name somebody is something that I don't agree with, because I don't know that everyone out there is going to be honest. There is a counter argument for what I'm saying, and that is it's not so easy for a woman who has been harassed or who has been a victim of sexual violence to actually come out and to tweet about it. So if she is tweeting about it, it must really have happened. Well, I'm really sorry, but it may be true that it's not easy. It is true. I know that it is not easy for a woman or anybody to go out there and say something like that, because they're actually talking about themselves out there as well. They have to put themselves out there as well when they accuse somebody else. But I'm sorry, but that's no argument for what I'm saying, because even there could, I mean, how do we know that this person doesn't have a problem with coming out and saying something that hasn't even happened to her? I think there are all kinds of people in the world, and I think that there are always people who try to abuse things. And this hashtag and this way of accusing people or trying to publicize incidents is not the correct way to do things. If laws and policies are not helping us get where we want to get, or to bring people forward, or to get them punished, I think that we have to find ways of doing it, not ways like this hashtag. We have to find better ways of doing this. And I think that if this movement was started so that a group of people who have survived sexual violence or who have survived any kind of harassment or any kind of violence sit together and in a group and they talk to each other and support each other, that's a different thing. But actually to use Twitter as a platform to publicize incidents which have happened is not the correct way. Now, what I want is, I want to leave you guys with this question. Do you agree with the metoo movement? If you do, why do you agree with it? And how do you give me a counter argument for what I'm saying? Give me an argument for why it is okay to go ahead with this sort of a movement. And if you don't agree with it, then give me reasoning for that as well. So once I have enough opinions regarding this topic in the comment section below, I will definitely make a second video where I'm going to talk about your opinions. If you learned or liked anything in this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.